watching Artemis02 playing Reinhardt. This is Masters 3 on Esperanca. Hi there, as the title says, sorry, I'm a Masters 3 tank who's currently playing Reinhardt a lot. It feels as though I've currently hit a stagnation point at my current point in time. Unsure where to improve. I know already that I need to work on sending out fire strikes properly instead of just leaving them in cooldown, as well as working on being more consistent in blocking enemy shatters, which I failed to do numerous times in the replay code. I mean, that alone can cost you the game, right? If you're not blocking shatters and the enemy's blocking shatters, then yeah, you'll lose pretty much straight up. What I'm hopefully looking for advice would be any potential mechanics that I'm not using / am failing to implement properly, as well as any game sense advice that could be beneficial, such as positioning before and during team fights, as I feel that is the most likely where I am lacking currently. Alright, let's take a look. So, for the record, in the Reinhardt mirror, I'm really tracking ult charge, right? The better Reinhardt almost always has more ult charge. So, you're going to get better ult charge from having better fire strikes and better swings. And you might say, okay, like, how do I get a better swing? Like, we both just swing, right? What else is there? Well, the better Reinhardt knows when to swing and when to not swing. And when you're not swinging, you're always going to stay outside of the range of the enemy Reinhardt. So, for example, if you realize that their Reinhardt is discorded and you are not discorded, and all else being equal, you should be swinging. Okay, and you're going to build more damage faster on their Reinhardt than they will on you. Or another example is, let's say you're playing with a Junkrat and a Reaper, and they're playing with a Widow and a Soldier. In that case, you can just swing away freely because they're going to do far less damage to you than you will to them. Okay, so again, a really common example where you look at the differences between two Reinhardts is one of them is just a much better read of what the situation is and whether or not they have momentum or not. So you're going this way. This is okay, but the thing is, I would confirm, is your team actually here to help you? So your Ana, for whatever reason, is really, really slow here. I don't think you can push this. I think you can't go past this point. And this is going to be a mistake, is my guess. Right? So you should not miss that first swing. Like, you should have recognized, hey, because if you miss that swing, step back, because now he hits you first, right? He's now got a significant lead on you for the swings if you want to keep swinging. It is actually quite lucky that he's backing up, but your Widow got a pick, so that's going to help you out a lot. That's unacceptable. So first of all, I think it would also have been reasonable to just charge to the left. So even before you start engaging, I think charging to the left immediately wins you this fight, basically. Depending on whether the Ana hits the sleep or not. But you definitely should not have gotten charged by this Ryan. You have plenty of time. Like, you hear it, you see it. Like, it's rough. Right, you're purple, now you have to be careful, right? Now the Ryan's like, okay, he wants to come in at you. You're very lucky. I think your team really bails you out here, right? They got that initial pick, and they managed to keep you alive through purple and a charge. Okay, got it. Yeah, go ahead, take space. I would charge here, because most likely the Ryan does not have charge, yeah. Because if you think about it, every Ryan charges from spawn. So by the time he gets here, he's going to have at least a couple seconds that you had as an opportunity to charge. So the second, right, you fire strike, you see this Ryan, I charge right away. Right now, I charge him. I think it's a huge lost opportunity. Also, instead of throwing that second fire strike, because I don't think there's any way you get this kill. Like, she's already got the Mega, so you can't kill her. You should have hammer swung and then fire strike canceled. Because then you would have, again, gotten extra damage in. Like, you see how their Ryan lost the first fight, and he's already at 51%, and you're at 46. So that should not be happening. So, best advice I've ever gotten for Ryan versus Ana, treat all of her abilities as ultimates. Okay? Does she have sleep? Does she have grenade? Play differently. Until those abilities are used, do not, like, hard commit, like what you were doing right there. You should have been dead. You have to play slower than that. Don't need that fire strike, you know? Like, when a fire strike's coming, just release shield, walk to the side, put it back up. Honestly, I don't even think you should be put this far up, right? So you're super low. I'm pretty sure you're LOSing. Yeah, you gotta back up. You should have already been bailing. You know? Your read right here is Brig died to fire strike, 1. 2, my Reaper's low and gonna Wraith out. I'm out of here. Like, I just turn and I charge out of here, because there's no reason to stay now. You gotta be watching the kill feed. This is Masters 3, right? Can't be doing stuff like this. I would also be looking to fight here, right? Why not? Their Ryan fought here. Like, you're a great close range team. You have Brig and a Reaper. I don't know why you're going out this side. This is a mistake. Oh, why do you do this? There's no way. Think about it. If you drop down, your whole team's gonna get murdered behind you. It doesn't feel like you know how to play Esperanca, is my read here. It's a shame I do not have an Esperanca guide. I heard Spilo has a general push map guide, but No, why would you block right now? Attack! The Rhine's sleeping. Forward, charge. You charge him, charge the backline, anything. Literally anything that is not just standing here doing nothing. Right? You just lost 2. Why are you not? Oh man, yeah, you definitely do not shatter here. Oh god, there's like no way. You really just want to die here because there's no way you can win this fight. You know? You're just wasting time. Like you just wasted basically an extra 20-30 seconds off the clock. Right? Now you baited your Reaper into an ulti, which is also a bad ulti. I mean, like I guess he kills 2, but then he just dies. So the card keeps moving. If the card keeps moving, nothing that you do matters, right? Always evaluate it as, could I stop the card / continue moving if I'm an offense? If not, then it didn't matter. Right? Killing 4, but leaving, you know, your whole team wipes and there's only 1 live, then that's bad. Okay, so now you're playing this incorrectly. At this point, you don't go left, you go right. So it really feels like you don't know how to play Esperanca. You only come out this door when the cart is roughly around this area, and you can get that contest. Once the cart gets all the way over here, the correct move is now go to the right and then contest. Because now you're too far away from the cart. You're going to fight a really long battle over here, where they're just going to hide behind the cart and then stand over here, and you have no access to the backline. Or you jump out this window, in which case you have no cover here, and then you're going to lose. Or you come out and you jump here, in which case your team, your backline, is going to be playing at this angle. They don't have any angle to attack. That's why you just go ahead and you run this way and give your team the chance to set up over here, etc. This is a mistake. Like this might seem like a little thing, but it's actually a massive thing right now. You're thinking about shattering. That's exactly what you're doing here. You think you're going to win this fight with shatter. So, I think very lucky to get away with this. Very, very lucky to get away with this. I still, even with the way that played out, I still agree with my assessment that you should have gone main and just played the road. Wait, where are you? Oh yeah, okay, this is fine. Don't do this. The second you see that disruptor, that's the spot you want to play, right here. The second you see that disruptor, give up the space and step back, because now you're gonna have to take all that damage. No. Now you're gonna take all that damage and not have a safe place to go back to. Disruptor's a lot of damage. It's 200 damage. That's a ton of damage. You cannot be standing in that, like, just willy-nilly. One of the first rules of Reinhardt shatter is do not shatter a Reinhardt unless the Reinhardt is distracted or doesn't have shield or stunned, right? This is very sloppy. Basically, this is what this shatter reads to me. This shatter reads to me is, I think you're really bad at playing Rein, and I'm going to shatter, and you're just going to not block it. He even has his shield up when you shatter, right? Like, I would never assume at your rank that a Reinhardt doesn't know what they're doing. This is Masters 3, right? You're in the top 10% of the population. They did not get here by being, quite frankly, brain dead. You just standing here, like, let's look at it from the other Reinhardt's perspective, okay? Does he even need to do anything here? Because he knows you have shatter, right? He knows you have shatter. He just holds shatter. He just holds shield. If you had waited just another couple seconds to break that shield, then you're in a totally different situation. But now, yeah. Now you don't have shatter, right? Then this happens. You try to go with the soldier, which is the right call, but then you die. Yeah. Not so great. not thrilled with this so far, sorry. But it makes sense. I mean, obviously it's a loss for you, so this is not going to be one of your stronger games. So you're not going to be a contest right now. You see that you still have one, like, really far back. You should have just gotten main. When you look back and you realize how far back your Ana was, there's no way to contest this far up. You have to go main. So you drop out and fight this close choke. I mean, I think this is okay. Again, your Ana just dies right now. So the second your Ana dies, you're kind of stuck, because it's unlikely you can win this fight. And your soldier's walking out too. I think you're probably going to die here, but if you can force something out, that would be great. But I think that I would probably just charge away, honestly, because I do not want to waste more time. Obviously not now would be really dangerous to charge away, but because, like, you're just at a massive numbers disadvantage. So, like, how are you gonna see? Like, look, you die right now, and think about how long this was. So your Ana dies at 446. The second that happens, I just turn and charge away. But you actually end up dying at what, 515? So you lost right? 30 seconds off the clock when they already have the lead. And granted, like it didn't move all that far because you were contesting at the cart, but you still lost 30 seconds. Like if you are leading, then great, burn time off the clock. But if you're behind, you need as much time left as possible, right? That should be logical, right? Whenever you're losing, you always want more time remaining, not less time remaining. You know, if we're thinking about a basketball game, okay, and the score is 50-0, okay, I would rather there be 1,000 minutes left in the game than 5 minutes left in the game because it gives me more time to potentially make up the comeback. Like no matter how big the deficit is, more time is always better for me as on defense, or rather if I'm losing than if I'm winning. If I'm winning, I always want to chew up the clock. I think you had a really juicy fire strike opportunity right here to send it that way, and I think you need looking for those multiples. I don't think you want to do this. Oh boy. Okay, so you know they have shatter. Okay, Rein rules every 2 fights. Rein has shatter. Okay, every 2 fights. Did he have the shatter in the previous fight? He did not. Right, but you died, and thus we come out again. You're at 78%. He won the previous fight, and usually when you win, you have more choice than when you lose. You should assume he has shatter here. So there's no reason to be stepping up here crazy aggressive and walk past him when you don't have shatter and he does, because you just let him walk past your team freely with shatters and then kills your backline, which makes no sense. So I would assume here, I think I'm going to be generous and assume that you did not realize he had shatter here, but that means that you need to realize that he has shatter. Now, hypothetically, let's kind of wind this back, okay? You do realize he has shatter. How do you play this differently? Well, you just stall. There's nothing else you can do. Like, you've kind of given up your chance to have initiative as a tank playing this Rein versus Rein matchup. The reality is, you just need to hold this corner for now, give your DPS a chance to potentially get a pick. If they can't, you just keep backing up and give some space until you also have shatter. Once you both have shatter, then it goes back to the Rein mind games of trying to win the Rein 1v1. But if you don't have shatter and he has shatter, you have to play very, very differently. And going up and doing this is now throwing. Right? Oh, very lucky to be still alive right now. Very lucky he's still alive. I'm super surprised you guys end up winning this despite the Rein shattering your backline. But, you know, we'll take it. Sometimes, you know, the other team makes mistakes too. So, funny thing is, I would have gone and killed the Kiriko because I let the Ana stagger herself. Like, if the Ana wants to try to stay alive in the backline, great, fine, no problem. Oh, no. So I understand what you're doing here is that Kitsune's popped. You're trying to stop the momentum here. It's honestly kind of lucky, but I think that the Ana's trying to read here that you're probably going to shatter. Because the Ana knows you as shatter, so she's just popping it, trying to counter, which I think is a good call from her perspective. I think you just need to pause a beat and just kind of see what happens. Because their Rein also has shield up when you shatter this. Right? He has it up right now. So even if the sleep doesn't land, it's entirely possible that you get the shatter blocked, you know? Like, make your shatters easy. Don't make your shatters like, oh, I have to, like, get the enemy to, like, make a massive error for me to land a shatter, you know? Just hit the Rein. Hit the Rein, get close enough that you can shatter into him, and then he's gonna, then he can't block it, you know? It's not easy. Or break his shield. You make your life so hard for yourself by trying to go for these, like, very, very lucky, like, extremely small window shatters. Like, you also have an Ana on your team, right? Like, their Rein's gotten slept before, too, and that's an opportunity for you to shatters. Yeah, you do not want to be playing this corner until your Reaper's in. So, you playing this far up, and then your Kiriko kind of tries, like, if you were playing back here behind the cart, your Kiriko never peeks to the left to try to keep you alive. Not that you took a lot of damage, but like little things like that, they have a shooting gatherer, right? All 5 of them are staring down this lane. All you to do is play close to the left here instead of playing over here. And little things like that pull your team out of position. You have to be swinging right now because, like, this, yeah, this fight's over. Right, just farm ulti, try to trade out. You see how low the Rein got? If you've been swinging earlier, I think that you could have traded that out. Though, DPS or Karen, yeah. Right, they make a good call backing up. As soon as you see this, I would go high ground and clear them off high ground. Yep, right call here. Charge, just charge, right? Like you're with your team. You know, your Kiriko's here, your Reaper's here, just charge. If she jumps away, great. Like then you force jump. Oh boy. Yeah, this is not a great nano, but. Okay, that's really good fire strike, right? That's what I want to see. I don't know what that soldier's doing. So, oh man. Okay, so again, don't shatter until you're much closer. Though I think you actually are close, you just miss the Rhine. Is that what happens? I think you miss the Rhine and shields to... Yeah. So if this had been to the left instead of to the right, then the Rhine would have gotten shattered. But that's fight losing right there. Regardless, is this the right time to be trying to push this in? The heart rate, you kill the soldier. Once you kill the soldier, like you have number advantage, don't you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you have number advantage. Literally, you don't need to make any plays here. You just stay alive. You're up 5 on 4, right? Just stay alive. The cart's gonna get all the way up to here before you need to do anything. Just stay alive. Like you're forcing the speed of this fight and trying to accelerate it for no reason. Like you had a massive advantage and just gave it up. Why not follow the Kitsune Rush? Follow the Kitsune Rush, eh? Follow the Kitsune Rush, kill these two, then go deal with point. That was the whole point of why Kitsune was popped. Now your Kiriko's like all alone. This is crazy. You saw the soldier, yeah, good. Like you really should be bullying this Rhine a lot because your team has 2 main healers and they don't. Oh no. Yeah, this Rhine is very much outplaying you. So what happened to your supports here? Fire strike hits. Right, you charge, you missed that charge. You should have canceled when you realized you missed it. The second you hit here, you should have already canceled and started swinging again to cut the Rhine off. But you let the Rhine like walk forwards now. He's gonna get into your Reaper. And then where the heck do your supports go? Oh, there's a soldier in your backline. That's what happens. Where's your Kiriko? Oh, your Kiriko's dead. Unfortunate. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously the charge is could have been better, but I think mostly it's just that soldier in your backline really messed up your team. Again, confirm. Is this the right time to be fighting? Yeah, you get 2 supports here. I mean, yeah, you can definitely fight this if you want, but they also have all their DPS. So I think mostly it's about stalling, right? You want to stall right now? No. You know, like you could have even stayed further back, right? You don't have to be like literally on the cart and played over here, and then not countering that charge is no good. Right. You should recognize you're both close to shatter. I would probably walk into him and shatter right now if necessary, but yeah, this is not gonna go well. You're just gonna eat at this point. Like you hit the shatter, right? I think that's like your first good shatter, right? Where it's like nice and consistent, but yeah, now it's over. I think in general, like you had way too many shatters blocked and then did not block the enemy Rhine shatters is the biggest problem. So if we sum this up, right? Number 1 is your overall game sense of like understanding. I think even pathing, like I think you get away with a lot here in Esperanca that you won't on a lot of other runs. In terms of like how you decide to path to the cart, I don't think is very good. So that's number 1, just how to play the map. Number 2 is game sense in general, understanding when you're up, understanding when you just need to hold shield and your team will win the fight for you, understanding when you need to push the pace. That all felt pretty wonky throughout this, and I think I commented on a bunch of different examples. And then I don't think your fire strikes were as big a problem as you might imagine. Like, I think you highlighted that. I don't think that was actually a big deal. But number 3 was shatters getting blocked again. don't try to like time. Like, I don't think the right way to play Ryan is like, oh, I'm gonna look for just the right period of time to like shatter. It's much simpler than that, right? Either walk up to him and shatter at point blank so he cannot block it, okay, even with shield up, or break his shield, right? Or do it in an opportunity where he is distracted or slept or stunned. Those are your like best opportunities. Also, the further away you shatter, the more likely he is to block it, because shatter actually is a travel time, so it gives him more time to react and block it, right? Like point blank, even if you don't like hit him dead on with it, or like you're very close, if he's mid swing or mid fire strike, great time to shatter. But if he's just like standing there or walking towards you, he's gonna block that. Like 9 out of 10 times, he's gonna block that. And then you not blocking his shatters came down mostly just to awareness. Like, it doesn't feel like you knew that he had shatter and were playing accordingly to protect your team. Okay, cool. I'll stop there. Hopefully that's helpful.